Hi, Todd Warren here in the Forecast Center with a look at our weather week ahead here on ArkleTexHomepage.com as well as the ArkleTexHomepage.com app. And you can see that weather pattern showing you the ridging here, which has produced a pretty nice day across the Arklatex today. Is going to change as this upper level disturbance digging through northwestern Mexico. Negative basically adjustment to it. The configuration is that negative tilt that we talk about where the axis is pointed more towards the southeast. That usually is an indicator of a severe weather threat, and we are looking at the severe weather not only for your Saturday but also for Sunday, for tomorrow. Storm Prediction Center does have enhanced now for most of the Arklatex, basically most of northeast Texas, southwest Arkansas, northwest Louisiana, those areas of orange. That enhanced risk does include both Texarkana and Shreveport, as we will probably see a complex of storms make its way across the area during the afternoon tomorrow with a pretty good wind threat, large hail going to be possible, and we likely also will see a few tornadoes with this particular event as probably one of those weather-ready days. Not very often when we talk about the weather impact, we have low, moderate, high, and weather-ready day. This is one of those days where we could see one of the biggest outbreaks of severe weather this year across the Arklatex. And Sunday, we could do it all over again. Right now, Storm Prediction Center has a slight risk, but even Sunday, would not be surprised to see some orange on this map before it's all said and done. Right now, it looks like maybe the southern half of the Arklatex could see the worst of the activity, which is on the way for Sunday. So let's talk about timing. As we look at Robin Serta Futurecast, you can see that we have seen the sunshine reemerge across the area today. The clouds will increase across the area tonight. Nothing really too much as far as rain tonight. And then tomorrow, big complex of storms, which is going to be off to our west. You can see it in West Texas, bright and early 7 a.m., is going to be rolling its way towards the east. By the time we get to noon, looking at the leading edge of that complex, moving into the northwestern edge of the area, and continues to move to the east. And you can see the bow configuration indicated here with Futurecast. And within this bow, if you will, we would be looking at, and complex, we would be looking at areas where we could have some embedded rotation. Wind going to be a big concern, as well as in some of the stronger cells, some large hail. You can see it does move into Texarkana between 2 and 3 p.m. Bottom edge of that moves into Shreveport between 4 and 5 p.m. You can see the brunt of it probably going to be sliding its way through much of Arkansas, and then we'll see this continue to slide its way to the south here and east, as we'll see much of the heart of the area as the main focus shifts into Arkansas. The bottom part of this probably will weaken some if this configuration pans out the way it looks like. We'll see that weakening continue into Saturday evening, and then notice as I zoom out, more storms out here to our west. That activity will gather itself and move into the northern sections of the area very late Saturday night into Sunday morning. Now, the atmosphere is going to be pretty much worked over. It's going to be a big question to see how much it recovers. We would have probably a low in severe weather risk with this activity, but still some instability left. Don't get me wrong, so we'll have to keep an eye on late Saturday night into Sunday morning. But as far as Sunday, you can see the storms increasing as we go through the morning hours. Zooming this out, you can see a pretty good cluster of storms here closer to the coast. That's where this complex could set up if this were to actually take hold here and to verify with Futurecast. That would mean that the worst of the storms would be southern Louisiana, but northern edge of the Arklatex would, southern edge of the Arklatex, I should say, would see, again, some of the effects of that basically south of Interstate 20. But keep in mind, any of those cells that are to the north of this complex also could be on the strong side. Now, what sometimes happens when we see complexes like this move to our south, it cuts off the inflow, and the storms to the north of it usually don't get as strong. But nonetheless, we'll have to keep an eye out on Sunday, because obviously if this complex develops further to the north, then obviously we would be under the gun. But right now it looks like the worst of Sunday storms could be to our south, but all of us still, the chance is there that we could see some adjustment as far as the final placement of this. Now, going through Sunday night, we're not out of the woods. After this moves past, we are going to be looking at more showers and thunderstorms again, rolling their way across the region. Notice, finally, it looks like the area of low pressure located between Ruston and El Dorado by Monday morning, that's going to move away. Drier air moves in temporarily, and we will shut the rain off during the day, especially the morning hours. Monday, we'll close with some afternoon sunshine, and then we'll clear out Monday night and set the stage for quiet weather for most of next week until next weekend, when another round of rain, possibly a few thunderstorms could be on the way, but the severe weather risk for next weekend not looking as high, as right now it looks like we will be cooler. Now, one thing I didn't mention when we talked about the severe thunderstorms, another concern this weekend is going to be the potential for some flooding, as we could be looking at several periods of very heavy rain moving across the same areas. And now, don't zero in on, okay, Futurecast is showing 5.2 inches in Mount Pleasant. Mount Pleasant's going to get 5 inches. What you should get from this is that somewhere in the area, amounts of 5 inches or more will be possible. That red dot there could be over Shreveport, could be over Texarkana. It really depends on where the thunderstorms finally set up. So the potential is there to see anywhere from 2 to over 5 inches of rainfall anywhere here across the Arklatex. Right now, it looks like that chance may be a bit higher across the northwest half of the area. So all that said, here is a look at your 7-day forecast. And again, very stormy day, weather-ready day, about as bad as it gets as far as our severe weather threat for tomorrow. And then, as of right now, a high weather impact day with slight risk for Sunday. Don't be surprised if that slight risk does become enhanced somewhere in the Arklatex. And then rain will taper off finally for Monday. Tuesday, Wednesday looking pretty good with sunshine, low to middle 80s for highs. Cold front moves in Thursday. I did put a slight chance of rain in respect to that front, as we will see temperatures behind it cool back into the low 70s to close next week. And with that cooler air in place, that will greatly limit, with another disturbance possibly for next weekend, a chance for the showers and thunderstorms that the strength of that may be quite limited because of the cooler air which will be in place. So that's what it looks like for Shreveport and Texarkana. Again, thunderstorms, your best severe weather risk the way it looks right now. Probably tomorrow, still have a chance for some strong storms Sunday. It all ends Monday, sunshine Tuesday, Wednesday, and even in Texarkana, highs middle of the week will be in the low to middle 80s. So again, tomorrow, be prepared. Looks like a decent outbreak of severe weather expected for most of the Arklatex for your Saturday. More storms possible late Saturday night. Another big round of thunderstorms, which could be more widespread for Sunday, with severe weather maybe perhaps limited to the southern half of the area for Sunday. That's where that risk may be a bit higher. But nonetheless, both Saturday and Sunday, severe weather will be a possibility, and we'll finally start to dry things out as we move into the work week.